Jumped off.
They're shooting from... Can't get up there, goddamn. Oh, right here on the fucking main deck.
Hostiles deploy the mosquito.
Oh my god, a whole team.
We're down to you, soldier. Stay sharp.
Alright, can we get up off the boat? I'm coming back. Oh, you off the boat already.
Yep. You got reinforcements inbound.
Right here, this cliff. Ooh.
Hostile counter UAV overhead.
Goddamn. Go ahead now.
You're losing ground. Move it.
Sounds like someone's about to come up.
That's it.
Move to the safe zone.
Enemies deploy the counter UAV. Hostiles deploy the mosquito. Hostile mosquito is online.
No.
We're not in ranked target, we're in regular.
Yeah.
Where's this counter at?
Counter UAV destroyed.
Got a red one.
You got a loadout drop inbound.
Hostiles deploy the mosquito.
I'm gonna load up. It's a dead lobby anyway.
I don't know where you at, Adam.
Just fucking disappeared.
Yeah, right here on
I'm
the
in
other
the fucking
side.
house.
Frag out! Watch your fire!
Oh,
Damn, bro. Yeah, I'm dead.
Confirmed, and we located the rest of them. Your squad mates redeploying. Well done.
Oh no.
Bounty contest. Got intel on a new
Can't get up
target.
there.
Counting on you to take them out.
Taking effective fire!
Oh, wait, what the fuck? How are you supposed to get that?
Run around a little bit.
Hostile Guardian has been deployed.
Ooh.
Hostile mosquito
That's
is
what I
online.
like there.
Enemy soldier
Somebody's watching
incoming.
Yeah, they're up here. Ooh.
Bruh!
Oh no.
Where we going?
I got him up here. 10-4, I need backup. 10-4, need backup.
They're coming around.
Counter strike near your position.
You got reinforcements inbound.
Shot him the whole way through, but okay.
Requesting fire mission. Target mark.
oh my god. That dude's aim is fucking impeccable.
Our Guardian's lost power. Ah, got it. Objective is lost. Time for vengeance. You're redeploying. It's all on you. Stay alive so your squad can redeploy. Failure ain't fatal. It's just an opportunity to do better.
Alright, we got him.
Gear up fast. We're about to get evil.
And they're going to do whatever it is they think they can do to make me into an entirely different sort of... I'll be sitting down with an expert, whatever that means, and they're going to do whatever it is they think they can do to make me into an entirely different sort of creature than I am. And so I'm sort of morbidly curious about that. Yeah, the re-education of Jordan Peterson coming to the airwaves soon.
Hey, Dad.
It looks like it's good.
Hey, Mick.
So, how are you doing? What have you been up to recently?
Up and down.
Playtime's
Well,
over. Stand by
your
for
mom
What's
deployment
up?
to the war
You,
zone.
of course. Well, let's go with what's down first. We got back from some funerals, so that was rough. The same week we launched Peterson Academy, and that's up in a big way. And so that's gone great, and that's quite fun. We have 12,000 students already, and people seem to be very interested in the opportunity to learn, which is exactly what we were hoping for. And the trailers and the courses that you guys put together look superb. Really, they exceeded my expectations by a radical margin. And so we've upped the ante on the higher education front, and that's fun. And we'll be able to bring these to people at a very reasonable cost. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So that's very exciting, and it's all lovely to have all of that laid out, you know, in the midst of this other struggle. So that's good. Oh, well, and then of course there's today's news.
Yes, today's news. Well, that's what I thought we should have a conversation about. You popped up in the news again.
Oh, yes. Well, you know, it's been a while, so I guess it was time. So do you want to fill people in on the background?
Yeah, so a brief overview. You've been being investigated by the Board of Psychologists in Ontario for the last, how many years has it been? At least 2, 4? A long time.
Off and on since 2016. More on than off, but very intensely for the last at least 3 years.
Yeah, so this investigation is caused by people around the world filing complaints against comments you've made on social media.
Squad is
Yes,
down.
sir.
Stay alive to bring them back.
The whole time. Damn.
Like, how do you know? Fucking bitch.
Like,
Mark remaining operators from that squad.
In the same
Hunt
spot.
them down.
The jingling.
Right here.
Oh,
Shit.
shit.
Mark the rest of that squad on your tac map.
Fuck out of here.
Go get hunting.
Fuck out of here.
I got
Enemies
you.
are dropping into the area. Watch the
Good luck.
skies.
You really effed him up the chance.
Yes, I did.
up top of the building I'm on.
Like those fucking work orders. I'm still playing.
Goddamn right. Damn, so June W is on call from, huh?
Yeah, some bullshit, ain't it?
Losing ground. Move it.
Go, fucker.
I get the idea behind it. Like, when you have a weekend, you can have it.
Really? You came around the corner swinging? There's 2 in there. Yeah, combining the on call
Go
for
get
extra
after it.
It's me, brother.
$100.
It's me, brother.
He said for an
What the
extra
fuck?
Head to the safe zone.
You see, it don't sound right, do it?
They're over here. They landed over there.
Right?
Moving this way.
No,
I
I'm
swear.
just see how it goes.
Motherfuckers do
Right?
not
We're just gonna
think.
see how
Ammo
it
here.
goes. Yeah.
Never down for long.
Like, they don't... at this point, I think they're just blind to what's going on. Like,
But you
they
get
don't really
also,
see
it'll be
what's
2 more
happening.
people starting at 6 plus, and that's even like
Two more people
What's
starting
that?
over there.
It's 5, 6. There should
Yeah,
be.
I'm on third, yeah, I'm on third.
It's only Tracy over there right now. She's fucked up.
Yeah, exactly.
You got a loadout drop inbound.
Yeah, definitely need to get some people over there, man. I don't care what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Go to a temp agency or
Right
something.
here?
Can't find nobody.
Yeah, right.
Right there, right there. Running.
Where'd this guy go?
He went around. They're in the firehouse. We're getting this quick.
Yeah, he threw some traps down in there. Try to snipe her out. Get some ammo.
Ammo depot here. Marking self-revive. Enemy movement.
Cracked him.
Flanking here.
Down one. He
There's
should
another one.
He should have came down there, bro. He got
Yeah, they're
scoped
down
right in
below.
the air. That's us. Come on, keep pushing, keep pushing. Right here in front of me.
He's up. Yep.
Don't go right, don't go right, don't go right, don't go right.
EAO.
Alright.
They are holding it. Just hit left. Come on. Before we get stuck. Up, upstairs. Gotta keep it pushing.
What?
Good
This
question.
guy hit. Yeah. Right there. Boy.
Oh,
That piece of
hide
shit.
in the room, huh?
You got reinforcements inbound.
Going upstairs.
What? Yo, I don't understand that. ABC. Oh, there were two of them in there.
Got one down.
Standing soldier. Survive until your squad
Those-
can deploy. Squad mates back on station. Good work. Enemy destroyed. Use your TAC map to hunt down the rest of them.
I said I do not see him,
Squad
man.
mates redeploying. Well done.
Yeah, I got his ass down.
You got gas moving
Trying to
in.
get there.
Are they up here still?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Still up there.
Move to the safe zone.
Oh shit.
Enemy soldier incoming.
Cracked in front of me.
Kill confirmed.
Across the bridge.
One going gas, one in the water.
Yeah.
One in the water's in here.
Kill. Marking the rest of that squad on
He's
your
on the
TAC
houseboat.
map. Get hunting.
The first one up front.
Enemy movement. Moving here.
This one.
Heard.
Moving here.
This one.
Yep, right. Sounds like he's right under.
Going roof.
Taking
right here,
effective
window.
Fire.
Somebody went
Up
water
in the
on
water
me.
too.
Got water.
Right in between the.
Where he at?
Wait, I think he's under me. No.
I don't see nothing. Hitting his zip.
prices have been reduced.
On me. Ooh, he got me. He's right here.
Drop down. Where?
On the roof.
That's your mark. Oh.
Resurgence is about to end. Make it count. Copy that. 1131 is on station.
On your roof, hot.
Squad mates back on station. Good work.
On your roof, on your roof.
Fire sales over. Adjusting prices. Gas is inbound.
God damn it. Should have been a double
To
tap.
the safe zone. JV is bingo fuel.
Sounds like you're coming down.
Yup.
Oh.
Avancé para la... ¿Por la izquierda? Ya, yo iba a ir por la derecha, no fui por la derecha. ¿Dónde encontramos?
Nope, not doing it, not doing it.
Está bien, ¿verdad?
Be advised.
That drop
Deploy
shot
to
shit.
fire station. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Resurgence has closed. No more second chances.
Guys, resin right here.
Be advised, resurgence is no longer active. This is for keeps. You
Yeah.
got reinforcements.
I went down
inbound.
right before that. I should be coming back.
Coño, por ahí no atrás, dale. Oh, güey.
Oh my
Resurgence has been
god.
deactivated. This is
Murdered.
the end
Get
game.
murdered.
Ahí está arriba. Uno arriba, cuidado, uno allá arriba. Se recuerda.
What?
Yo, the same shit happened to me, bro.
What the fuck?
What, in
Gas is
water?
closing
Like
in.
glitching?
Yeah.
Yeah, it just seems...
Ah, fuck you. Hello.
Yeah!
Here.
He said,
Me tira, me tira, me tira.
25 are left. Stay sharp out there.
Too slick.
A la izquierda tenemos gente. Por ahí, están por ahí, cuidado.
No, I'm not.
No, no. Adelante. En la tienda, está reviviendo.
Yo me sound yellow. Nope, there they are.
God. Where does that go?
Oh, behind you.
Man, this thing got a deagle in the water. How his bullets hit me that quick?
Failure ain't fatal. It's just an opportunity.
He jumped right in the water. Crazy.
1, 2. Got that ass.
About the government, trans issues, and things you said on Joe Rogan. So, You appealed. I
feel
think the
like
last time we
double
did an
XP.
update, you were appealing to the Supreme Court of
Double
Canada to see if you
XP,
could
right?
avoid the mandated re-education that the College of Psychologists
Where's
wants
these
you to
my
do.
damn tokens?
And for
feel like
everybody who
won't
doesn't
let me
know,
really
that
do feel-
re-education
I
means they're
really do
assigning
feel like when
someone
you
they
use a token,
choose
you
to
get more
train
than
you
double. It actually
on
shows
what
you,
to say
like,
on
it'll
social
show you
media.
regular and be like
which
double
I
XP,
find
Oh,
and it
more
shows
than
you.
that,
hilarious.
even. I would say more than that. They
Yeah.
want to retrain me with regard to how I conduct myself as a public intellectual, let's say. And
Yes.
so, and that retraining
Like wasting.
is, of course, at my expense
He's
with their
spinning us on
deemed
the
expert.
double
They have someone who styles herself, I believe, a social media expert, whatever the hell that is. And apparently they believe that her intercession in my affairs will bring me to heel. That's the plan. And so they've already sentenced me to that. We appealed that through the Court of Appeal first in Canada, now at the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court announced today that they rejected my appeal and they want me to pay court costs for the College of Psychologists. A college is a board that licenses people professionally after they've completed their education, just so everyone knows, and you have to stay in good standing with the college. There's a membership fee generally, and the colleges in principle were there to ensure that the public was well served by people with professional designation, but they've become radically politicized, just like everything else in recent years, and the college obviously has members who are none too pleased with me for being right about things. And now it's time to be re-educated, and just so people know what have been the accusations. Well, they take three forms. You alluded to them. I've been very vociferous in my objection to the butchery of children that goes, and their sterilization, which I regard as a crime against humanity, by the way, and which my fellow colleagues on the psychological, psychiatric, and medical front have proved themselves none too courageous in opposing, shall we put it that way. And I'm perfectly happy about what I've said on all those fronts, because I regard what's happening with regards to so-called gender-affirming care as the worst professional scandal, I would say, since World War II. It's absolutely appalling on all sides, and it's certainly the case that since I made the comments that were objected to by the various complainants, none of whom, by the way, were clients of mine or even new clients of mine, since I've made those.
Alright. Oh, trying to take it out, but I can't.
Oh, yo! Oh, shit.
Way to keep it tight. Supply box UAV is inbound.
Man, I took the rubber off. Now this shit's smooth. That shit was holding me back.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Sometimes you got people
Oh, never mind. Coming to the bottom.
Oh, shit.
Solid work
Ain't no fucking
There
way,
is no
bro.
way.
Yeah, it's great.
It's an opportunity to do better.
Oh, fast as
This motherfucker got a nerve to show off, too.
Hey, sir. Tell him what you want us. We'll do what we want.
Comments. Most European countries have radically backed off with regards to their support for gender-affirming surgery after it's been revealed that everything about it is a lie and a scam. And far worse than that. That just, you know, what would you say, brushes the surface. And then I criticized Justin Trudeau, which is something I'm actually pretty happy about, because he's, what would you say, he's an incompetent narcissist who's made Canada a much worse place, and he's certainly not done with that yet. I criticized some of the members of his staff, and I made some comments about climate on the Joe Rogan podcast, not the last one, but the one before that, and someone submitted the whole bloody transcript of that to the college and said that, I don't know, what am I doing? I'm doing something unethical by pointing out the fact that the climate scam is a preposterous pack of lies generated by people whose fundamental aim is nothing but power and control. And I'm also pretty happy about that. And I would also point out that since I did that, and I'm not attributing this to me, it's part of the whole process by which these things unfold, the climate apocalypse narrative is looking increasingly shaky. Let's put it that way. The net zero proposals look economically preposterous and devastating. Germany is deindustrializing to its own detriment. The whole green scam is going to disappear. And I happen to be on the forefront of opposition to that, and I'm also perfectly happy about that. So it isn't obvious to me at all how this re-education is going to go. So, as I said, I've already been sentenced to that. So
Yeah.
I'll be sitting down with an expert,
It's time for some target
whatever
practice.
that means,
Real things coming soon.
and they're going to do whatever it is they think they can do to make me into an entirely different sort of creature than I am. And so I'm sort of morbidly curious about that. So, like, who are they going to get to do this?
Enemies are dropping
How
into
are
the
they going
area.
to
Watch the
proceed?
skies.
How are they going to make it very difficult for me to undertake that? Because that'll certainly be one of the tricks. So that's the situation. Now on to the re-education camp. And I'm going to comply with it because I could tell them to go to hell. I'm not that thrilled about being a member of their club anyways, because I'm pretty sickened by the disgraceful conduct of my fellow psychologists in their absolute cowardice in failing
Enemy
to
soldier
oppose
incoming.
this abysmal treatment of young people. So I guess my next step is to contact the college and tell them, you know, on with the show. So I don't even exactly know how to do that, but I guess we figure that out, or maybe they'll be in contact with me. And then we have to negotiate exactly what that'll look like, and I have no idea what that'll look like. And I don't want to give them any ideas. So we'll see how that unfolds.
I think the best case scenario would be that Canada's still up in arms about COVID and you could do it over Zoom and then you could do it from America so you won't get arrested in Canada. I'm worried about how this is going to go.
Enemy
Yeah,
soldier
well, being
incoming.
arrested is a low probability event. But having said that, I should also point out, for those of you who are watching and listening, especially in Canada, you guys are in a very awkward position. Like, the first thing I should say is
Playtime's over.
there
Stand by
isn't
for
really
deployment
much
to the
that the
war zone.
college can do to me, practically speaking. Okay, so I don't practice as a clinical psychologist, except insofar as I still have the designation. And insofar as I'm doing psychological work, let's say with my lectures and seminars and so forth. And so I have no income that's dependent on that. And as I said, it's a club that I'm increasingly appalled to be a part of.
Resurgence.
And the simplest
Surviving
thing
your
for me
team
to
can
do would be
redeploy.
to tell them to
Eliminate
take the
targets to bring them
designation
back faster.
and do what they want with it, let's say, and wash my hands of it.
What I'm going to do.
For
And
sure.
so why am I
We
not
got your
doing that?
attention with that one. Move in. Enemies dropping into
top.
the AO.
Target area low.
Oh, that was too dirty. Got a two-piece off road.
Oh shit, I dropped off by accident. Damn it.
I saw the light there.
Friendly Guardian is active.
Friendly Guardian inbound.
First.
Is that yourself?
Enemies back on station. Good work.
Ain't no. Yo. Comical, man. Fucking comical.
I shouldn't have died there.
Sure. I think I. Oh.
No hit, shots missed.
Time for vengeance. You're redeploying. Our Guardian's lost power. You've got real Reinforcements inbound.
Underneath me.
You on top?
Yep.
Top,
Third floor hot.
outside? Okay. Yo! This guy is fucking low. God damn, man.
Down.
Nice.
Marking the rest of them.
Popping right in his head.
They're getting load out at the
You're
boat.
losing ground. Move it.
They're getting low. They're getting low. Oh, you got me.
Got it.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the
You
skies.
Got one down.
Kill confirmed. Located
Tents pulling up. First floor right here. He down. Tents and tower.
Yep. Careful,
Gotta hold
there
it
are
on.
definitely mines
back on
down here.
station. Go get after it.
Oh. Hey, yo, what? Oh my god. Wasn't every goddamn
Advised,
gunfight.
enemies deployed a buy station.
Come on. God, bro.
Your squad mates redeploying. Well done.
I'm good if you can get me. I'm gonna pull it.
No.
Here.
Loadout drop inbound.
We may need to leave.
Absolutely.
Go straight to it.
There's something going on with this
Your
game.
squad mate's back on
Fucking-
station.
It's not making any sound when I pick up shit. The boxes aren't making any noises.
Oh, he ain't got no effects.
Is it laggy? I'm like two.
It's a little
There's someone
laggy.
right here.
Kill them all. Good kill.
Outbound.
Marking the rest of that squad on your
Okay,
back
dick.
map. Go
Come on,
get
Adam,
one.
why you got the smoke?
I'm dead.
Oh.
Move, 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 move. I got another one. Got another one. Throw a smoke if you got it.
I got it. I threw it.
I got one too.
You need to pull back the throw probably. Nope, no, no,
No
no, no,
idea
no, no,
where
no,
they're
no.
shooting from.
Stairs, stairs, stairs. On the boat, stairs.
Got me. God damn, I
Oh,
can't
got
even
me.
see
Enemy
him.
took
Damn.
that one.
I don't
Get
care.
him back.
I see an enemy.
He's waiting. Picking.
Movement. Moving here. I see an enemy. Moving here. Watch for movement. Cancel that. I see an enemy.
You good? Right now? Yeah, you still there, Chance?
Yeah.
Sorry, hands is moving too quick, man.
Mmm.
Well, some of it's just pure stubbornness. It's like I'm not going to let a pack of half-witted ideological jackanapes steal something from me under the guise of moral intervention that I worked very hard to attain, that was difficult to attain, that was at one point very valid, and that I have served with distinction and appropriately the entire time. It's absolutely incumbent, appalled to be a part of, and the simplest thing for me to do would be to tell them to take their designation and and do what they want with it, let's say, and wash my hands of it.
Fantastic.
And so why am I not doing that? Well, some of it's just pure stubbornness. It's like I'm not going to let a pack of half-witted ideological jackanapes steal something from me under the guise of moral intervention that I worked very hard to attain, that was difficult to attain, that was at one point very valid, and that I have served with distinction and appropriately the entire time. It's absolutely incumbent on psychologists to do what I've done, which is to stand up and say that there's no evidence whatsoever for any of the claims that are being made by the gender-affirming, ideological, monstrous sterilizers and mutilators of children. And if that happens to be something that I'm being gone after for, it's like, bring it on, you sons of bitches. And we'll see how that plays out. So, now in terms of personal gain, mostly that's just annoying. You know, I don't need to spend 30 hours talking to someone about how I should reform everything I know from first fundamentals. But I'm going to go through with it. Why? I'm a citizen of Canada, subject to its laws, such as they are. And so I'll play the bloody charade out till the end. Now, what should Canadians think about this? There's a hard question, because you're between a rock and a hard place now. You can either assume that I'm the right-wing scoundrel, unable to control my tongue, that the left-wing radicals who don't like me would like you to presume, and perhaps they're right. Or you can assume that the Canadian judicial system and the regulatory system and the legislative system to some degree, as well as the education system and the healthcare system, has become so bloody corrupt that it can't be trusted in its dealings with you as individuals or in its dealings with professionals such as myself. And I suppose if I was the typical Canadian, it would be a lot easier to presume that I'm the unruly, far-right scoundrel that the leftists insist upon than to make the terrible judgment that the jig is up, boys and girls, and the Supreme Court of Canada itself can no longer be trusted to bear the responsibility to make the decisions that are appropriate to its domain. But, when the news came in today, and it was quite a blow. It made me shaky, and it made it difficult to stand up. And even though I fully expected it, it's exactly what I thought would happen. Why? Well, it's no easy matter to be, what would you say, taken to task by your regulatory board, hypothetically your fellow professionals, and then the Supreme Court itself. What am I claiming? That I'm right and they're wrong? Yeah, that's what I'm claiming. Should you believe me? I guess that's up to everybody who's watching and listening.
We're on the job.
It's a terrible decision. It's a terrible thing. It's much worse for members of the Canadian public, especially professionals, than it is for me. I can just take...
Back.
Stay alive to keep your squad in the fight.
Move to living quarters and press control. Or just
Control?
set it up.
Tent?
Tent's with me, right in the middle.
No.
Pitching the tent. Not that way.
Jeez.
You're not done yet. Here's another target.
By flying away.
Confirmed, and we located the rest of them.
Friendly airstrike in the AO.
Definitely not doing that. Third is crazy.
Enemies dropping into the AO.
Third.
Got one.
Stairs, vote.
God love us. That's reloading.
Reloading.
It's like the first time that Breacher Drone worked for me.
Hmm?
Alright, there we go. I need something a little better. There we go.
Vote.
Enemies deployed a counter UAV.
Have a buy station inbound.
Counter UAV destroyed.
Enemy soldier incoming. Deployable buy stations ready. Kill. Marking the rest of that squad on your
Please
attack
try
map.
it, but it wasn't close enough, brother.
Throwing grenade.
Got gas moving in.
Inside. You gonna get up?
Dusted up.
Nope. Oh, little angry. Damn,
All
they're
right,
killing it
your squad's
over
in
at
the safe
prison.
zone.
Gonna go tent.
You know,
We almost got enough to load out. We can get this
All
load out
bounty targets
right quick.
destroyed. Hell of a job.
So they're right here on this level, right here.
Confirmed, and we located the rest of them. 25 remain. Solid work so far.
On your left, yep.
get it. Get fun.
Remaining operators
Got
on
it.
that squad. Hunt them down. Squad mates redeploying. Well done. Loadout drop headed your way.
Enemy precision airstrike. Find cover.
Copy. Longbow 3-1 on approach. Strike inbound. No joy.
Woo!
Oh,
Good kill. Marking the rest of that squad on your tac map. Go get hunting.
Should never threw that
Got
shit.
reinforcements inbound. Enemy
air.
destroyed. Use your tac map to hunt down the rest of them.
I just threw that breacher. So you know.
oh. How dude didn't kill me? I'm never.
Under me. Coming up.
Someone's
On the
running
stairs,
in.
on the stairs.
And this sounds like.
He's a little slow.
Like we pretty slow or moving?
He's a little slow in the head.
He said it's so
Fuck it down on the stronghold side.
Oh, yeah, man.
Kill. Marking the rest of that squad on your tac map. Get hunting.
Where he at?
He's in this house here, in the window. Yep.
Squad mates redeploying. Well done. Gas is inbound.
Coming down on the bottom.
Fuck yeah. He did his ass. Yo, down.
Into the AO.
Serious.
Stunned him, stunned him.
Target down. Marking the
door.
rest of them.
Thank you.
Yep.
Just come in. He's fucking armored, man.
I think he up here.
Anybody clips? Got it.
Here, I can give you some.
One tap. One tap.
Damn, I was right there.
Everybody and their mama using a static, man. It's not skill.
Sir.
I'm not the enemy here.
You heard me.
Stand
by for redeployment.
Huh?
So that's my loot.
Is this he said what?
Take all my shit.
It sounds like some shit Lewis was saying, man. What, Lewis?
To me, like Aaron.
Fire sale active. Buy station prices have been reduced. Plenty of time left. Help yourself to another bounty.
Here's that buy. Oh, scare me.
Oh, I can't buy SMG.
Oh, this got the limited stock, bitch.
Resurgence is about to end. Make it count.
You want to do a self-res? Got like 4. One right there on the buy.
Yeah, I got everything from what
We need to get up there.
I should have bought
Get
ammo.
over to, I got an ammo box.
Hold it.
Oh, sorry. Here, take this money. That way you can hold one.
I'll just pop one. I got 2
Primary
AR. Fucking
objective
up.
complete. All targets eliminated.
Damn, I meant to drop.
You had AR.
You need a self-res?
No, I'm good.
No, I'm good.
We all good.
Hostile counter UAV overhead.
Some of your squads outside the safe zone.
I wish you could have a bigger backpack in this shit, man.
Fire sale's over. Adjusting prices.
It's like 2 more slots. Got
No way. He took a
He should be
million
dead.
bullets.
Yeah, I hit him too.
Boom. Pulling up.
Resurgence has closed. No more second chances.
There's
Oh.
that's cap.
Got him. I didn't
Zip,
get that guy
zip,
to-
zip, zip,
Yep.
zip, zip, zip.
Oh,
He's
I fell.
supposed to-
Fuck.
Enemies are dropping into the area.
He's up here with me.
Hey, man! This is bullshit right here, man.
Oh. Right, good.
Ain't lying, everybody is using that static.
Oh, good one, good one.
Closing in.
Got them both hurt.
That's that
Be
fucker that got
advised,
me, man.
resurgence is no
Damn.
longer active. This is for keeps.
Think I got time.
But just bought on that shit.
I got $1,000, so just buy me back and drop.
Enemy buy station deployed.
Pop one more in a second and start off.
Oh no, I can't. I just popped one because they own me.
Gas is moving.
Damn. Middle.
Got it.
Head to the safe zone.
Yeah. I ain't gonna forget. One of us can do it. Oh,
Friendly
you're
buy
smart.
station inbound.
Big brain.
Location marked.
He's like, look on the ground, idiot. There's a buy right here.
Enemy soldier incoming.
Crap.
Portable buy station is available.
This gun is ass.
Got a sidewinder. No bueno.
Yep. They are all here. Coming up. Nope, I fucked up.
You're losing ground. Move it. Advise you head to
fucked
the
up.
safe zone. You got a lot of ground to cover.
Stand over, stand over.
Oh,
I
shit.
fucked up. No, I didn't mean to go down there.
Down to 10.
Y'all got money. Buy me back. If you can.
I got you,
I didn't see the bullshit coming. Hold it down up here.
Friendly buy station deployed.
No.
Friendly buy station is ready.
Oh,
Finish your
fuck,
mission.
man. They're all
Take 'em
hanging
down.
out right there. Watching that buy. Do not go. Three of them, four of them watching it. Two on the ledge. One on each of the balconies. But none on the roof that I can see. So.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah, he got. Oh, he got himself. He got a dime motherfucker.
Squads in the top 5.
Two below you. That's one of them.
There you go.
There's another one.
Another one right there. Oh my God! You hate to see it.
No.
Actually,
Ouch.
Keep your head up.
You
Really?
Base for deep.
That was good though. Been better if you had that Mountaineer when it took as much damage. And you to lead. Okay, Mr. 16.
Oh, looks like you poked the bear. Let's get you back home.
You there, Adam?
Oh, that's me. trying to fuck with this shit.
It's crazy.
my privilege elsewhere and at a moment's notice. I don't need this in any way. I don't even need the designation, even though they're not going to take it from me without a war. But Canadians? Here's the situation that confronts you, Canadians. Your professionals are now mandated by law and their own regulatory boards to lie to you. That's all your teachers, that's all your engineers, that's all your lawyers, that's all your physicians, that's all your psychologists. All the people you depend on to tell you the truth when crunch time comes can't do so. So, I'm trying to demonstrate that. And it's expensive and it's annoying and it's stressful. I had a big scrap with your mum yesterday, not least because of the cumulative stress. You know, and so there's a personal cost to all of this. It's very annoying. And, you know, I've scoured my conscience. I don't regret any of the things I said.
It's
You know,
okay
and
if
lots
it
of my
goes
friends
up.
took me to task because of the harshness with which I said them, let's say. How harsh should you be when you're talking about the mutilation and sterilization of confused children? What, we're supposed to be nice about that? I don't think so. Let's be nice to the local serial killer. No, I don't think so. Let's be nice to the professionals who are so cowardly that they aid and abet what I think are crimes against humanity, performing surgical transformations on people who are too young to give informed consent. If objecting to that costs me my license, it's like, okay. So, well, what do you think about it?
I think it's going to be 30 hours of detention with Dolores Umbridge.
Yeah, well, that's yeah, when we'll see
At
how to
minimum.
deal with that. Yeah, well, the
Yeah.
thing is, they're not trying to re-educate me. It's complete
No,
bloody
no.
rubbish. They know perfectly well that, A, they're not going to be able to hire anyone to do that. I can't imagine who they're going to hire to do this to begin with. Who would even agree to do that? Like, it's so... I guess I could... What would you say? Put forward a warning to whoever wants to do that. Don't do it.
I think there are going to be people lining up to retrain
Well,
Jordan Peterson.
that's why I'm warning them. It's
Unfortunately.
like, you know, it's like you have no idea what you're tangling with. Like, you have no idea what this is going to do to your life. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't get involved in this. Don't come and re-educate me. You think it's your moral duty. It's like your life will never be the same. And so you've been warned. And I'm not making a physical threat. I'm just... You don't want to get close to this. Not unless you're naive beyond redemption. So,
Yep. Well, that
30 hours of
that-
detention. Yeah, well, the thing is, it's 30 hours. The training course is indefinite, and there's no criteria by which it can be determined to be successful except theirs.
So, okay, so they're not going to be able to retrain you because you're not going to change the way you're thinking on the points that they want you to change. So how many hours are you going to do this if it's indefinite until you're retrained? This is such a waste of time.
Till whatever happens next happens.
Oh
You know,
my
the goal isn't to retrain me. The goal is to get me to utter something approximating a public apology. And, like, I wouldn't go so far as to say there are no circumstances under which I would do that, but there's no imaginable circumstances under which I would do that. So I don't know how that's going to go. And so I suppose we'll play out the charade until they decide that I'm incorrigible, and then they'll take my license, which is the goal anyways. And so, you know, and some people listening might think, well, Dr. Peterson, don't you think you have anything to learn? It's like, no doubt
What?
I have things to learn. But
Who's
how-
thinking that?
Well, who the hell? That
Complain?
isn't the issue. The issue is, no, the issue is, so I asked the college, for example, because I sent them a series of questions, all of which they responded to with the phrase, with a response that was something like, we don't have to answer any of your goddamn questions. And so I asked them, okay, well, how do you define social media expert? Like, is that some sort of professional designation? By what standard is a social media expert accredited? Do they have 5 million followers on X, for example? Like, what makes them an expert? They got a certificate from some DEI organization that deemed them expert? It's like, okay, well, and let's say they are an expert, which they're not. So then, what's your evidence that retraining a recalcitrant psychologist by exposing them to a social media expert makes that psychologist a better psychologist? Like, is this person also an expert psychologist? Like, and are they an expert psychologist like I'm an expert psychologist? Because I doubt it. And so, what are they going to do to demonstrate to me that I'm wrong? Dr. Peterson, you could have been nicer. It's like, I'm not that interested in being nice to butchering, narcissistic, greedy, child mutilating psychopaths. I don't think being nice to them is the right approach. And I don't regret what I said about the bloody climate apocalypse mongers. It's like, go to hell, you hikers. You think you're going to save the world by making energy too expensive for poor people to live. That's your theory. That's a stupid theory. And it's worse than stupid, it's evil. So, no. So, mostly, in some part, this is morbid curiosity. It's like, okay, the clown show continues. What happens next? Well, I guess we're going to find out. So I'll indicate my willingness to meet the expert. And we'll see what happens. Now, you know...
Well, I hope it's over Zoom for your sake and you're out of Canada. I do not trust that country at all.
Yeah, well,
that would
like
be the safest option.
Yeah, well, there's nothing here that involves, at least at the moment, anything that would be arrestable, let's say. If the Canadian government, well, if the Canadian government passes Bill C-63, which is unlikely but possible, then I have to reevaluate the situation, because Bill C-63 would turn Canada into a nation run by the same people who took delight in informing on their neighbors during COVID. Because they're setting up a whole bureaucracy so that you can inform on people for their social media posts and then tangle them up in this terrible procedure that would be akin to what I've been tangled up with the college. But for everyone, because that's how to make society more peaceful and less hateful. So, you know,
it's possible.
I'm keeping my options open. It's possible.
It's possible. Well, it's happening. Like, it's happening in the UK that people are in trouble for their social media posts right now. Yep. In regards to the protests, there are people being put in jail. So the UK is so close to Canada. Yep. Yeah, it's concerning, to say the least. Yeah. Well, I think that sums up everything. Do you want to end on a more positive note? That's horrible. I'm worried for you. I hope you do it over Zoom in America.
I can end on a bunch of positive notes. It's like, it's very stressful and annoying and expensive, but I'm going to see it through, and I'm doing that because people should know what's going on. And should they trust me? That's up to them. Like, I find it preposterous that my fellow citizens are being placed in a position where they have to decide to trust me or the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
Like, that's ridiculous. Or me or the universities. What? Why trust me? Well, I guess you have to listen to what I've been saying and pay attention and make your own decision. Of course, when these sorts of things happen, I have my periods of doubt, because it's quite the phenomenon to see this all unfold. You know, on the positive side, I'm releasing a whole raft of great content on the Daily Wire. We just got those announcements today. The Gospel Seminar, 10-part series with great minds.
Keep rocking, bro, people.
Series on Western civilization. That's 3 series, 1 on depression and anxiety, 1 on marriage, 1 on developing a vision, 1 release per week till the end of the year. So, hooray! They're very professionally produced and they look great. I'm thrilled with what's happened to Peterson Academy. I mean, maybe we'll have 100,000 students in 3 or 4 months, and we have huge plans to bring the best lectures in the world to everyone for a very low cost, and I think we can do that. I wrote 2 pieces of music today with my collaborator this morning after getting the news about the Supreme Court, and they're very twisted and strange little musical pieces, and I could channel that energy into that music, and so that was entertaining and, you know, meaningful, and I sorted out my differences with your mother, and so, you know, we're going to try to modify our responses to being stressed to some degree if we can manage that, and I imagine we can, and there's lots of remarkable things that are on the horizon, and who knows if this is bad news. Like, it's a blow, and it's going to be complex, but, you know, wherever there's a dragon, there's a treasure. So, and we've got pretty good, you and me and the rest of our crew, at seeing where the dragons are and finding the treasure. So we're going to do that here
that's
too.
for sure. Great.
Right. So, yeah, I've been talking to some of my partners in crime, so to speak, about exactly how to go about this in the most upward aiming and comical possible manner. And we have some vicious plans in the works. Let's put it that way. And so I would reiterate my statement with regards to the college is that I would be very careful in offering up sacrificial lambs to the re-education process, because you're not going to be able to doing the people that you hire to re-educate me or doing your college any favors. So let the games begin.
Well, good luck with everything. And that's not supposed to be, like you said, a physical threat. That's that. It's mostly that anybody getting wrapped up in this on that side of ideology is going to look back with immense amounts of regret later. Like, they need to really think this through.
Where am I going?
Right.
Well, that's for sure. Well, I would also say in general, like, being anywhere near me in a complex way is not something that anyone with any sense should ever take on lightly.
Yes, I can attest to that. Okay, let's start. So we started off with 12,000 subscribers.
Yep.
Peterson Academy. Students.
Yep.
We are at 12,773.
Yeah, well, we're accruing, what, about 700 a day, eh?
Something like that, yeah, very exciting.
Yeah, well, and we're going to devote our time and energy to making that the best possible enterprise that we can manage. So,
definitely.
Yeah, well, you know what would be fun, I suppose, would be to just come down to Scottsdale and to work on our university project and to spend time with your mom and to play around with my music producer and to work towards the release of my book in November, We Who Wrestle with God, which I'm very happy about, and just to step away from this whole bloody idiotic mess. But I don't think that's the right thing to do.
Oh man, it's such a waste of time. Who wants to be part of their snobby little club anyway? They certainly don't want you to be a member of their club.
No, well, it's bad. It's bad, Michaela, because, like, I don't know, you know, it's hard to separate this out from a claim that could be narcissistic in some sense, but, like, this is really a blow to free speech in Canada. Like, a serious blow. I've had many professionals reach out to me to tell me how important this particular case is, and now the Supreme Court has basically decided that the Charter of Rights is irrelevant in relationship to whatever the professional colleges want to do. So let's reiterate that. The Supreme Court of Canada has now decided that the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, the much vaunted Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, is essentially irrelevant when it comes to how professionals will be governed by their own professional organizations, which essentially means that all regulated professionals in Canada have no freedom of speech. So that's where we're at. So that's terrible. It's terrible.
Agreed. Well, thank you for the update. I think that covers it. We'll keep everybody posted on what's going to happen with this re-education.
Yeah, the re-education of Jordan Peterson. Coming to the airwaves soon.
Okay, thanks, Dad.
Yeah, thanks, kiddo.
PU, Borderlands movie is a big stinker, everyone knows it. If you've seen the movie, I'm sorry. If you haven't seen the movie, I'm jealous. It's truly atrocious no matter how you spin it. Every possible thing you could ever hope to enjoy about a film is absent in the Borderlands movie. I think it's unanimously hated across the board. If you find me one human being that says it's a good movie, I'll find you a liar. But I'm not here to just shit on the movie again. I did plenty of that yesterday. I cleaned out my whole colon on Borderlands yesterday. Today, I want to talk about the Take-Two CEO's response to the criticism, because it's not getting stellar reviews. There's not exactly glowing reviews. There's not a whole lot of enthusiasm behind what people are witnessing. And I'm using the word witness instead of watched because when you witness something, it's usually something traumatic, like some kind of tragedy, and that is very much what this movie is. So, no one's happy about it from what I can tell, for good reason, it's just bad. And now good old goober Strauss Zelnick has spoken out about this, urging people to give the film a chance. Yeah, it may have debuted at a 0%, then finally up to a 3%, and then eventually even a 6%, really fucking shooting to the stars there. But, hey, don't let that cloud your judgment of it. You know, as Darman taught us, you can't judge a book by its cover. Go give the film a chance. Go waste your money on this movie, says Strauss Zelnick. Now, Strauss Zelnick is the Take-Two CEO, and he's no stranger to putting on the squeaky nose. But god damn it, this clown always finds a way to surprise me with just how delusional he is. When asked if the film's success or failure will make any meaningful impact on Take-Two, Zelnick said no. Financially, the film won't make a dent. Then he dropped to his knees in his private jet saying, "Give the film a chance." Let's give the film a chance. A lot of people worked really hard on it. The underlying intellectual property is phenomenal. The cast is amazing. I think the look and feel is really terrific. So let's see what audiences have to say. But to answer your question, no, the performance of the film wouldn't have a financial impact on us or on the franchise one way or another. I am certain Strauss Zelnick has never touched Borderlands in his life. If he ever even held a game controller, I bet that shit would burn his flesh like a vampire in the sunlight. The guy is just a corporate drone. He is this husk that has human flesh grafted onto it. He's just this being of greed. He doesn't know Borderlands. I doubt he's ever touched the game, and I'm pretty confident he hasn't watched the movie either. In fact, I'm more confident that he hasn't seen the film than I am confident that the sun will rise tomorrow. I also love how he mentions the cast being terrific. How out of touch can you fucking be? That's one of the biggest complaints about the film from everyone with eyes. The casting in this movie makes no sense at all. It's clear the bulk of the budget went with just getting A-list celebrities on board, and they probably had to pay out the wazoo for it, because none of them really seem like they want to be there at all, so they probably had to fucking fork over fat doubloons like Scrooge McDuck here to get them to put their name on this pile of dog shit. It is an embarrassing movie, and the actors seem embarrassed to be in it. So they spent all of their money getting Kevin Hart, Jamie Lee Curtis, Cate Blanchett, Jack Black. Jack Black being the only one that tries at all in this film. Everyone else just like fucking sleepwalks through it. That is not something to highlight. It's very clear that the entire strategy for this film wasn't to make a good movie. It was to just try and sell tickets by having big names attached to it. It's the worst tactic ever. It's a certified how many times we have to teach you this lesson, old man moment. There are so many video game adaptations that have come before this that have proven infinite number of times now that this formula doesn't work. If you make an adaptation that doesn't pay respect to the source material and just doesn't even try, it doesn't work. It flops. Financially, the reception to it is bad. Like, look at the Halo show which recently just got canceled. Or the plethora of old video game movies we can all point to over the last couple decades. I don't know what puppeteer is behind the scenes, the goddamn Illuminati over there, that keeps, like, infecting the brains of these Hollywood suits that are convincing them that the way to make adaptation successful is just by getting big-name actors on board. Like, it just doesn't work, and they keep doing it. It's actual insanity. They spent $90 million on this star-studded cast for this $5 fart of a film that they produced here. It makes no sense. If you make a bad movie, it doesn't matter how much star power is behind it, it's not going to succeed. I don't know how that lesson hasn't been learned yet. Strauss also reached deep into his bag of tricks here to try and get more asses in the seats by playing the classic, come on guys, people worked really hard on this film, we should all support it. Does a bear shit in the woods? Obviously, there were some hardworking people behind the scenes on this film. Also, Strauss, since you really seem to care so much about the hardworking team here, you might want to look into why some of them didn't receive proper credit for their work. That's a bit suspicious, that's weird. But anyway, yes, there were people that worked hard on this movie, no doubt. But that doesn't mean that all of a sudden it's immune from criticism. It is not a good movie. And I would wager a guess that a lot of the people that worked hardest on this film were not the ones that were behind the scenes lobbying and thumping their fists saying, "We need Kevin Hart in this movie, we need Cate Blanchett in this movie, pay fucking hand over fist amount of money to get Jamie Lee Curtis in our Borderlands movie." I imagine there was quite a few people that were actually passionate about Borderlands that were probably fucking crushed with what they had to do on this film, because it's not like they were at the top of the food chain putting together these awful decisions. And I also imagine the VFX department was dreadfully overworked, like Hollywood has become so accustomed to doing here, because ultimately the visuals are really rough. And I never blame the VFX departments for that, because now I've become very well aware of just how cruel the industry is to that entire sector, and my heart actually breaks for them. So I imagine all of the hardest working people were the ones that Strauss doesn't know a single name of. It's so silly to try and deflect by calling in the wambulance about, like, come on, someone worked really hard on this, you can't be mean to it. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It costs $15 to $20 per ticket to see this movie. That's a lot of fucking clams. And it's not worth it at all. And there is nothing wrong with talking about why it's not worth it. He then has the nerve to say that Take-Two is really selective about what games it turns into films, and says that the company doesn't want its imprint on anything unless it's superb. Really, Strauss? You would consider the Borderlands movie superb? This would meet that criteria? He then goes on to just reassure everyone that it's not core to them, you know, they don't need to be doing this because it doesn't have like a massive effect on them, like their bottom line or anything, so it'll probably maintain its approach to only doing so selectively in the foreseeable future. But this article did remind me that there is another project in the work here, a BioShock film at Netflix. If that didn't oh my god, I'm having a full-blown Porky Pig moment here out of pure disgust. If that didn't send shivers down your spine, I don't know what will. A BioShock Netflix film. Following the banger that is the Borderlands movie, what a recipe for success, huh? Who's counting the days, right? Like, get your calendars ready. I can't wait for that fucking thing to drop. That's gonna be a real heater. Throw out all your DVDs and Blu-rays and forget everything you thought you knew about cinema, because it's about to be redefined with the next fucking Take-Two film project here with BioShock coming to Netflix. Oh my bussy trembles in fear at the thought of how bad that might be. If the Borderlands movie is any indication of the quality coming forward, we're in for a real treat with the BioShock film. I'm already just preparing to be really stunned at how bad that one might be. They'll drop like the announcement trailer and it'll reveal that James Corden has been cast as a Big Daddy. It's just so weird to me how we're still getting horrible adaptations. The roadmap is there. We have seen so many good adaptations recently. Like, you can see that all of the success is right there, and they just out of spite choose not to follow that and instead just be like, no, we know better than fans of the property that we're adapting. In fact, we know the direction that people actually want to see it to make it accessible to all audiences. And then they do what they did 20 years ago when every adaptation was trash. Let's all point and laugh at the absolute floundering it's doing in the box office right now. It's open to $4 million so far. On a $100 million budget, that is super rough. Unsurprisingly, people aren't just blindly going to see it because of the A-list actors in it. They're not just zombies flooding in the door to watch this pile of shit just because those names are attached to it. It seems like you actually have to make a pretty decent movie too to get people to get in the seats. What an absolute clunker. 4 million is significantly lower than I would have ever imagined for this film, and I'm actually super proud that people aren't just going to see it just because of the title of it or the actors in it. It really isn't worth the time or money. So it's very reassuring to see that it's doing so poorly here, because it, under no circumstances, should succeed. It's purely a cash grab that isn't grabbing much cash right now. They actually would have made more money if they just compiled every cutscene from the Borderlands series into a movie and released it for free on YouTube. They probably would have made more off just the fucking AdSense from that, as opposed to this $100 million theatrical catastrophe. But yeah, don't listen to Strauss. It's not worth giving the film a chance. The movie's just bad. That's about it. See ya.
There we go. There we go. He's starting. Bae. He out there now.
Have a safe.
What? The gate? What? Yeah, I know. I don't know how. Huh? How do you go past the board? How do you go past the board? There's a board that's in the dirt to hold the door closed.
Try it again.
Lots of materials.
always good to see sun.
So the hype around BO6 is kind of at an all-time high, especially after the zombie stuff and the week worth of all the BO6 multiplayer gameplay that kind of got leaked because of a bad patch on PlayStation. It took about a week to fix because all the patches got to go through PlayStation. Before we get too deep into the video, kind of talking about some of the hype around BO6 and some of the issues that I think going into it that people will have, I want to thank you guys. You guys have been supporting a lot of the spectating videos, some of the dialogue videos, so thank you for that. If you haven't subscribed, you want to find your way back, try hitting the subscribe button if you enjoy the content. Sometimes YouTube might unsub you, or if you enjoy the content, hit the like button. If not, don't. Either way, obviously this week was pretty hectic. We got a lot of zombies intel, probably the most zombies intel we've ever had, and it being round-based, that's gotten a lot of people hyped. I think people got to go to the studio. Ooh, almost got slammed. People got to go to the studio, play the game early, like a week and a half ago. So they got tons of time to script their content, put it out. So that was a lot of intel to drop all at once. And I think for the most part, pretty good. We'll get into some of the nitpicky stuff people have been talking about. But in general, I think that's solid. Multiplayer, everyone's talking about how great the movement looks, how smooth it looked, how the gunplay looks a little bit better. Even though some people were saying it still had a lot of visual recoil. I don't know if that's 100% the case or just some of the gameplay was just awful, but there's some pretty amazing things you can do with this Omni movement, and I think a lot of people were hyped about that, especially from some of the issues we had in some of the previous Call of Duty titles, especially recently, where they really kind of put that weighted vest on you and made it feel like crap to play Call of Duty. Even with all the hype, obviously they're recorded on on PS4 gameplay, so like 720p 30 frames or whatever. We definitely got to get to new gen, but based off some PlayStation report or even a Call of Duty report, like over 40%, somewhere between 40 to 50% of players that play on a console for PlayStation are on old gen. They're not on PS5s yet, even after 7 years or whatever the heck we've had the consoles. It feels like, I don't know the exact date, but okay, got a stun that missed. But I think there's a lot of issues that are going to come up with the new game dropping. And like I said, some of them will be nitpicky. I think part of the issues stem from, like, a lot of people don't really understand that it's not the same company making Call of Duty every year. It might be Activision and Xbox, but the studios are the ones actually making the game. And I don't think enough people realize that the difference between the studios. I know you're a no-life Call of Duty player, you generally get that, but I think some people even forget that nuance, that this year we're getting Treyarch. The current year that we're playing right now of MW3, which has been great all year, except for the campaign that was kind of trash, has been Sledgehammer Games, and they've been supporting this game like no other, and it feels like a good game to play, especially for multiplayer. Then we had IW, which is responsible for MW2, which is probably the worst Call of Duty I think I've ever played. It's kind of up there with a couple other CODs, but I think it takes the title of worst COD I've ever played. And it almost got to the point of that game coming out that I almost said, you know what? maybe I'll cover one of the other 10 games I play, because I do play a variety of games. It's not just Call of Duty. I know some people think that like you only play Call of Duty, that's it. But I play plenty of other games, and people will be surprised, like, what, you play Destiny? Oh, you played this game? That game? Yes, I played quite a bit of other games, and even streamed a lot of those games over on Twitch. If you want to go ahead and check that out, we've done a ton of variety games. There's some variety games coming up I'm interested in before the launch of BO6, but that's an aside. We'll get into that I'm sure at a different day. The part that is why I bring that up, the studio thing, is because a lot of people go back to, well, the beta's too good to be true. Like this gameplay we're watching, there's no way it could be real. Because what's gonna end up happening is we're all gonna fall in love with the gameplay, it's gonna feel good, and then day one patch, they're just gonna ruin it, like IW did with MW2. You were able to bunny hop, the movement was a little bit smoother, still trash, but a little bit smoother, and they took that away from us. Like Treyarch's not that, and they've invested way too much into this movement system, and generally, if you've been a fan of Call of Duty, Treyarch has had this consistent theme of how they want to make their games. And you might not always like the themes, whether it's Black Ops 3 with the jetpacks or BO4 with the semi-futuristic no campaign. But generally, when it comes to multiplayer, the experience is fairly dialed in. They don't really miss. And I don't think we're going to get a miss this year around. And I think that's part of the apprehension around it, right? Because people are like, ooh, I don't know. They're going to take it away from us like they did last time. Smart move, bailing on that. Get a little quick nade, reposition. Probably should try and plate. You did get a stun off. Maybe you can shoot him in the back. You got to plate up. Somebody can shoot you in the back. We'll hopefully they don't die there. But the other part was that I think a lot of people felt like they got shafted or a little bit jaded from the switch from MW2 to MW3, because MW3 ended up being so good, minus the campaign, which was complete garbage, and too short and had several issues. But multiplayer, pretty good. Even the new maps they put out are actually pretty good. I'm like, dang, I don't need to play shipment. I can play this new map called Bait, and it actually plays well. Small map. We need more of this, and they've been killing it, so I can't give them enough credit on that side. But because of that, people have like this I paid $70 for a DLC. Maybe you did, but it just sucks that you had to do MW2 at all. Anyone had to do MW2. That should have been a year. COD skipped, and we just went straight into MW3, and I think it would have been pretty good. But obviously it would have had its issues. And then I think we've had exposure to Black Ops 6, multiplayer, and now zombies, which both look great. And then people who are like Warzone mains, now they're a little bit apprehensive, like, oh, what's going to happen? Okay, rumor is we're not getting a new map. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. How does the movement change? Do we get the Omni movement? Even though it's pretty much been confirmed we'll get Omni movement. It's like, well, how does that work with the loadouts and this and this? How is the integration going to work with the weapons? There's a lot of unknowns, and we're at that little spot where it's not really going to get answered probably until COD Next, when people like myself get to go there, play the game early, provide like a live feedback to our audiences and tell them whether it's trash, like Warzone 2 when it dropped, and I did that at COD Next. I trashed that game for the entirety of the 2 hours that I played Warzone. I talked about how garbage it was right in front of the devs and in front of all the people. I had no problem doing that because it's not going to cost me an invite. I can be honest. You know, I have a little bit of respect. You got invited, but I'm still going to be honest no matter what the situation. I think that's where a lot of people get it twisted, is they think that like creators just get paid and to say good things. It's like, well, you haven't been following my channel that long if you think that's the case. I've been to pretty much every event possible. I've got sent every care package possible, the belt, the invite to Next, the invite to this, for 5 years, essentially 4 years probably with Warzone when they really started amping it up. And I've done those things, and I've been honest the entire time, and I've trashed multiple Call of Duty titles. I have no problem being honest about my feedback and thinking it's gonna have a negative impact with me getting invited. And if it did, then I just wouldn't get invited, right? Like I would just continue to do me. If I think something's good, it's good. Generally, I'm optimistic, and it benefits me and the player base for the game to be good. So, of course I want it to be good. I'm not preying on COD's downfall, because obviously if it's in a good state, then I can have more fun playing it. I can have more fun making content. The comment sections get much better, less toxic. The chats, where they're all hyped to play the game, they're excited instead of, oh, terrible, you know? And I think people got locked into having a terrible COD with Modern Warfare 2019 multiplayer before Warzone dropped, Vanguard being as bad as it was, Cold War having some graphical issues. For the most part, it played well besides the streak system. That's another aside. Zombies being sucky in Vanguard was, oh my god. Never play that garbage again. But it's kind of one of those things where, you know, I've bashed several games. I have no problem. If we go to COD next and I think MW or BO6 is trash, I think the Zombies feels like trash, I feel like Warzone feels like trash. I'm gonna say it feels like trash. I'm not excited about it. Like I've done for multiple years that we've had trash Call of Duties, which some people think the last 6 years have all been trash. I don't necessarily go that far. We wouldn't be playing it, you wouldn't be watching this if it was really that bad. I know everyone likes to think so, but we're getting that stage 2 where everything we've seen is good, and we're getting people that are like more nitpicky. Well, SBM's still gonna be there. SBMM, of course it is. Engagement Optimized Matchmaking. We saw the white paper, it ain't going anywhere. They make too much money off of it because it's really about keeping players on the game to spend money, and it's doing a great job of that. Their profits month over month or quarter over quarter are like up 40% since Xbox bought Activision. It's insanity. People complain about aim assist, like, oh, it got buffed. It hasn't changed in Modern Warfare 2019 when they changed it up to 200 meters, the range, instead of like 12, 20, 30 meters that we had in older Call of Duties. But the actual strength of rotation has always been there. You can go back and look at COD 4, maybe Modern Warfare, the first console one that got popular. That one for sure has it, and there's plenty of footage out there if you want to look for it. But people are even complaining about having a pause feature in Zombies, bro. Like, at least you got round-based zombies, bro. You haven't had anything since Vanguard, and Vanguard was like mind-numbingly bad. Like, whoever was responsible for that, like, they should have just vetoed it and said, nah, we ain't putting our name on this trash. That's how bad that was. People that are complaining there's no DMZ. No, DMZ ain't coming back. They messed up. Other games already picked up the ball they dropped. Man, this guy's actually killing it. No kills, but he's staying alive. He's gonna pull this off? There's no way. It's a 1v1v1. I still got more to say, but we're gonna keep it going. Let's go ahead and close this one out. We'll get into the next one, because I do have like 5 more talking points I want to talk about when it comes to this hype and some of the other issues, like including Ricochet being an issue. All right, you almost got the kill. Your gas mask about to run out. Okay, zone pulled to you. Oh, you might get this guy. Don't get caught off guard. Oh, he potatoed. The other person played it pretty well. There it is. Let's go. Gotta go ahead and clear your area. Probably checking that box. No streaks, no gas mask. And the person's probably down low. I would imagine they're down low. Just gotta be careful. You gotta keep your head on a swivel, because you can get sniped pretty easily in this game. Especially at this range. Oh, there it is. Called in a streak. You can see on the mini-map, when you call in the precision, you get highlighted on the mini-map. And that's what happened there. The guy, when you put the precision airstrike in your airstrike inside your hands, it'll pop you up on the mini-map. So it gave away their position, and it marked where the path was. Oh, there it is. Will they overchow you? Oh, no, what is that? Getting back into it with the elephant in the room, and that is Ricochet. Even when it first came out, they touted it as, hey, cheaters, beware, no more. And they were so full of crap. Like, let's be honest, it never really came to form the way that we thought it was. I know people are always negative. Like, I was optimistic that it would do something. It clearly did something. I know that most people think that we have just as many cheaters as before, but now everyone's walling instead before it was like blatant aimbot. So I don't know. We don't have metrics or data to support any of that. I know that in a general game, I don't feel like I get negatively impacted, but there are instances like we had in that reaction video where we ran into multiple and we spectated multiple. And depending on where you're at and your skill level, you may feel like you run into more than others and less than others, depending on the time of day where you're at and you know, being able to spot what you're even looking for. So that's a huge problem that they haven't addressed. Obviously, is a part of the Ricochet system that there's still a lot of things that are just unclear, whether it's the reporting system. For early on, it had a lot of issues with the being able to do spam reporting, and that led to a lot of shadow bans. Then they added comms reporting, which allows the shadow ban on the comms, which is another terrible system. I don't think any creator is advocating saying these systems are good, because they're not. right? And there's a lot of creators that are actually impacted by Shadow's ban system. I don't know a ton of them, but I do get messaged daily like, oh look, I'm shadow banned. And I don't know them because I can't vouch for anyone I don't know. But the reality is the system's bad. If it worked well, then we wouldn't be in the situation we're in. This actually impacted my content in a huge negative way because the cheating problem was so bad that everyone kind of just thought anyone that was good is cheating. And that led to a lot of doubt cast on people that are legitimately very good. Whether it's the top team in the world right now when it comes to competitive, if you've seen any competitive with World Series of Warzone, the multiple LAN events, we know that the top team right now is currently Hisoka, Shifty, and Biffle. And those are the best players in the world, and they still get claims of cheating, even though they've literally proven themselves on multiple LAN setups on different days, and in Biffle's case, on even multiple different different titles among like Apex or whatever the case is. So that's led to a lot of toxicity in the community because you can't even go and like, obviously COD's always toxic, but you can't even get like a, ooh, good shot. Nope, they're probably cheating. Let me watch this kill cam with negativity in my heart. That's just kind of how it is, and it's unfortunate because, you know, you have that and then you have the toxicity on the other side where everyone's trash, everyone's a bot, whatever, and then with, you know, combination of SBMM and two-boxing and the VPNing and the Warzone agent that I think they're trying to shut down, or at least they tweeted about it, and I don't know anything about really Warzone agent. I heard of it. When I've streamed, people are like, hey, are you using that? I was like, no, I'm good. Like, I have no reason to use that. I don't even upload my own gameplay like that. It's not on this channel, at least. We've streamed it. We used to do it all the time. But back in 2020-ish, we transferred over our content. So we're a commentary, reaction, news type of channel. Breakdown, stat, weapon classes. It's not, I am good at game. I dropped 30 kills. Like, no. I'm at 36 years old. You're looking at that for me? That's probably not it. But what I was gonna say about that is because of that, I was kind of almost forced to cut off a piece of my own content because of that issue with Ricochet. Because even though I know that Biffle is not cheating because of all the plethora of information that demonstrates that he is not cheating, if I did a video about him, it would just be full of people that have brain rot and don't understand it and never even probably watch Biffle, and they'll go, yeah, he's cheating. Oh, known cheater. It's like, by who? Didn't he get exposed? No, he's been saying same account since day one of Warzone. What are we talking about? He dropped 50 when he was like on a PS4. Like, what are we doing? Oh, almost. Damn, the dude got just pinched. They got the triangle offense on him. So that part of the content suffered because it was so bad that the brain rot in the comment section. And I'm sorry you guys got to deal with that sometimes. There's just so many idiots that will comment on top of the wonderful comments, people saying, hey, I watch this every day, or I wish you'd post more of these, or I like these, or I miss these, or like just positive, like, hey, I've been watching for a while, I'm hyped again, or whatever. There's positive, but there's a lot of these people that are just like, they hate everything about content creation and that you can make a living doing content, and that's a whole other story. I mean, I'm happy, I enjoy my life, and things are going well. Even though YouTube was bad there for MW2, I'll tell you that, it was horrendous. But there's a lot of people I want to cover, and I think I'm going to, because, you know, like, I guess fuck the haters. I guess that's the way I want to say it. Like, I want to do that content, so I'm going to stop limiting myself. I just want to know who you guys would be interested in a breakdown of. Obviously, those three are very, very good players. But then there's a lot of other individually skilled players, whether it's Metaphor and his solos gameplay happens to be keyboard and mouse. There's Booyah, there's Knight, Readboy on a console, and a lot of these other up-and-coming content creators that have kind of established themselves for a while, maybe in the EU or in other regions. There's a lot of good players out there that just haven't really maybe even got some awareness because no one covers that content except for maybe Swag, and he just does a live reaction, not really a breakdown. I want to get back into doing that. I just say, like, whatever, screw those people. They hopefully they have moved on. But that all resulted back from Ricochet being trash. And we'll admit it. I don't think I've ever said it's amazing, but it's definitely better than what we had in Verdansk, because literally in Verdansk we had nothing. Better than nothing, for sure. but doesn't make it good. I really wish we had something like Vanguard. I think it's called Vanguard, what Valorant has. But I know a lot of people are opposed to that just because of the safety issues and how much control you got to get over your PC. But not having cheaters is kind of a huge positive, especially if they're not going to solve the issue in another means. So I think they have to have a moment where they announce this and they explain how this issue is going to get solved, because it is a big issue that just plagues the game. Checked up top. Only 4 kills, so a little bit more of a mellow paced game. Somebody just activated the portable radar, or the radar. Oh, right there. The radar down low. You saw it pulse, so the guy knew where they were. You can play this pretty aggressively. Nice. Come on, get the kill. Nice. Pretty easy kill there. Aim assist did it all. Phone funds. Oh, so they're rocking the little key card. You know when you do, was it 24, I believe, or 27 days of doing the key card? Then you get access to the bunker under Grandma's house. When you grab that key card, every 30 or 20 seconds, I believe, maybe 30 seconds, you get an extra 500 revenue into your into your bank. So we'll see that pretty much every 30 seconds. I've never seen somebody actually get one in game. I know I was getting them there for a while because it's kind of a big deal when you're in a quad and everyone gets 500. So it's like 2,000 every 20 seconds, 6,000 a minute. It's like a guaranteed UAV a minute. When they last about 30 seconds, every other minute you have half the time. Kind of crazy. You got to play it up. They do got to rotate towards you. The play is kind of hard on this one because you could rotate early, get risk of getting shot. You do have stim, so you can rotate late. You have a durable, so you have something to work with. You can hear the person underneath you. They were going to hit the prox mines? Or are they above you? Oh, above you. Oh, almost got screwed by the mantle. Easy little thirst there. Only 3 other players left. Got to double check, making sure no one's gumming up on you. Okay, they're on top of the roof there. There might be the 2 players teaming over there. They've been playing odd this whole time, and then somebody at Grandma's house, that would be all 3 players if they are still playing that way. This is a hard rotation. You got to kind of get stuck on the wall unless you get zone pull here. Oh, got zone pull. Nice. Okay, you have a self plus specialist, so you got all the perks. That's why the smoke goes off, plus a couple other things. Okay, should have probably saved that stim. You can stim, use the box, and then redeploy here. Ooh, there's still one on the ground. Oh, they're gonna stim it off. Nice. 1v1v1. Should be able to third party. You just gotta hear the gunfight. They're stimming like immediately. Oh, psh, the one right there, free. Nice. Will they challenge you? You might hurt yourself. Oh, the RNG on that. They put it lower. My God, what a terrible cluster. I didn't think they would get hit, honestly. So this is a 1v1. Guy has plates. They know where they're at. This is probably the wrong gun for that range, especially after the nerf. Okay, they're pushing you. You're behind them? No, this should be up top. And you're destroyed. Oh, you might have made it out. 5 kills, clutched it. Oh, they didn't think you would re-heal. Thank you guys all for supporting the channel and the content. See you on the next one. Thank you for watching as always. Have a great day.
Why are you not moving? least get this. cheap. Whoa. Look like a boss battle. No, it's not. Okay. God. What that is. Okay.
utmost thanks for bringing me to the base of the Erdtree. Here, I can govern my own movement, and thus, the accord is fulfilled. I shall depart to ascertain the purpose I was given. Farewell. I shall leave Torrent and the power to turn runes into strength. Here, with you, I wish you luck in realizing your ambition. You have fought long and hard. I have no doubt you will become Elden Lord. May you take the throne.